As far as we're concerned, don't regulate Jane, regulate Dick!
This past Saturday was the one-year anniversary of Roe v. Wade being overturned by the Supreme Court. While life-affirming groups visited the Lincoln Memorial to celebrate the occasion, the Pro-Aborts gathered in front of Union Station in Washington, D.C. for a women's march honoring abortion. They titled this particular rally, "We Are Still the Resistance."
We have shown the world that we are and will continue to be the resistance.
Despite coming off as fighters, most of them had no idea what they were talking about. For starters, a lot of them harped on regulating penises and ejaculation.
And I actually have this sign here that says, "Pregnancy begins with the penis, let's ban erections."
So a missing element in this whole abortion issue is the responsibility for men. Abortion is a men's issue.
First of all, sperm alone isn't a child, so it's not penises that pro-lifers are worried about. Second, pro-lifers aren't regulating vaginas. We're just saying that if a baby ends up inside of one, then you can't kill it. It's as simple as that. Maybe, instead of trying to regulate ejaculation, just stop having unprotected sex with people you don't want to have babies with. This isn't rocket science.
Yeah.
Every single person in the United States of America and on this planet should be able to choose if they're going to have children, and if so, when and how many children to have.
The prize is the freedom to have sovereignty over our bodies. Freedom to decide if and when to grow our families.
Women do get to choose if they want to get pregnant, yes, but that comes when they have sex, not when they've already conceived said child. But that brings me to my next point. Literally, none of them could wrap their heads around the fact that when a woman is pregnant, we're dealing with two different bodies, the woman and her child.
So, one of the things why we're here after all these years is the idea that someone is going to tell a woman or anybody what to do with their body is ludicrous.
It's not her body we're talking about here, ma'am.
Just because we're pro-choice doesn't necessarily mean that we're pro-abortion. We are pro-life in all forms.
Except when it comes to the most vulnerable population, for them, some got so confused with the stereotypical leftist talking points that they admitted that we can do as we please as long as it doesn't harm someone else.
And I 100% believe that people should not be making choices for other people if it's not doing them any harm.
Doesn't murder harm people?
Like murder, you're doing harm to another person.
Yeah, and that's exactly what abortion does. Harm to another person.
I don't believe that abortion is murder because I don't believe that a fetus is viable until the Jewish belief is until first breath.
So this Christian believes that we can abort babies that are literally about to pop out but haven't just yet. Honestly, I didn't think she was serious, so I had to clarify.
So like when they're born?
When they're born. When they're born.
After this moment, since Miss Confused told me she was a Christian...
You said you're a Christian?
I asked her about how she feels about the verse from Psalm 139 about being knit together in your mother's womb.
I believe that I was knit together in my mother's womb, yes.
Oh, okay. Maybe you were getting somewhere here.
I also believe that I chose my mother before I was knit together in her womb.
Wait, so a baby that isn't a baby until
first breath
still has conscious thought and decision making, or at least enough to decide to enter his or her mother's womb, but yet can still be terminated because...
I don't believe that abortion is murder.
So is it a baby or is it not? Geez, these people have no idea what they're talking about.
So a major tenet of every major religion is compassion. So compassion for women is number one on my list. And this is an issue of morality and compassion for women.
Yeah, including young girls in wombs? Shouldn't we have compassion and morality for them too, or no, because a baby isn't a baby
until they're born.
Event organizers even liken getting an abortion to using the bathroom. Yeah, because taking a crap and killing a kid does the same thing to someone's moral compass, apparently. Well, then again, these are the same people who brought kids to this kind of thing.
I am always very excited to introduce.
On Saturday, there were also plenty of people who were pissed at SCOTUS for overturning Roe.
It's obviously been a year since Roe was overturned, so I just hope that this makes our Supreme Court and our government officials wake the hell up.
We are defending a constitution that is not written for women. It's not written for minorities, and it's only meant for white, straight men who are landowners. That is what's been written in our constitution, and it is time that we disassemble that and we write something new, something that solidifies rights for everybody.
I wonder if they'd be asking for and calling for the same things if the court had decided in their favor.
So now I'm an angry person.
Because if we don't do something about these extremists who've taken over the court.
Did she just call the people who want to save babies the extremists? Pro-lifers are just so hostile and extremist.
You know the saying, do not feed the trolls. There will be anti-abortion folks out here today. If something arises, find one of these lovely yellow folks in the yellow vest, the marshal, and they will find our de-escalation folks and take care of that, all right?
Yeah, the pro-lifers are the ones who are gonna need de-escalation. I mean, look at how violent they look standing there with their smiles and signs. Jeez, that man looks mad and may need some de-escalation, but oh wait.
Bye, be quiet, dumb. I know who you are. Like, shut up. Like, do you, but f off.
He's not a quote-unquote pro-life troll. He's a pro-abortionist. And here's his friend who insisted that conjoined twins should be aborted.
Would you really want to give birth to conjoined twins?
Yeah, that seems like an
issue of morality and compassion for women.
All in all, the left has shown time and time again that they will say and do whatever it takes to show that they're unashamedly and unabashedly in this fight, this so-called resistance to keep killing innocent babies.